Good morning, it's Wednesday. I woke up today at 5 o'clock this morning. I lay in bed for about an hour thinking, nah, I want to go back to bed, I want to go back to sleep, but I have envelopes to write. At 6 o'clock I thought rather than lying in bed and worrying about going back to sleep, I should just get up and write the envelopes, which I've now done. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to work out the best background. Do you really need to see the inside of my wardrobe? I don't think you do. So that's that. I've done that. I then needed to do a couple more videos for the guiding weekend that we've got this weekend coming. And instead of sitting doing those, my brain said, oh, now would be a really good time to sort out the 4,000 photographs you've got on your phone, which it really, really wasn't. So thank you for that, brain. I've now done the 2 videos that I needed to do. Luckily, they were quite quick. One of them is a remake. My perfectionist streak is coming out. I did it once and I pronounced a word wrong. I pronounced it as Lapanka when it should be Wapanka. So that was that. So that one has been re-recorded. I just had to readjust because I was not at a comfortable angle. So now the next thing to do today is to go out, buy stamps, send a letter to Amsterdam or the Netherlands, not Amsterdam at all, and go food shopping and collect my prescription. Now the thing is, with this whole lockdown situation, so much has been around basically, if you go out of your house you will kill somebody, and that's a really bad thing to do. So actually I'm kind of feeling guilty at the thought of leaving the house, which isn't particularly helpful. Because I need to eat and I need medication. Otherwise I'm going to end up in a lot of pain. So that is fun, but my logic is that if I go out now, I can do food shopping, collect my prescription, and if I walk into town and back, that's my daily exercise. So I can do all of those all in one, and then come back and spend the rest of the day at home. But by the look of it, it's actually really sunny. So yeah, definitely time to go outside and get a bit of vitamin D. I admit I absolutely stole this idea from my husband, but in my bag I am taking with me I'm going to call this my COVID pack, but there's a packet of tissues and a whole load of antiseptic wipes. Somewhere I think I've got a tiny little bottle of hand gel, but I have no idea if it's still in date, so I'd much rather rely on these. So it's now about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been into town, I've had lunch, and it was a very weird experience going into town. The pharmacy I went to collect my prescription from has a sign outside saying that they're limiting it to 3 people at a time, which is fine. But it was only when I went in I realised or saw that they've hoisted a piece of clear plastic sheeting from the ceiling, so that basically there's a layer of protection between staff behind the counter and customers in front of the counter, and that was kind of weird. And there was, so I went in as the second person, and then three more people came behind me, and one of them actually had to be asked to leave because there were too many people in the shop. The post office was open, which was good, and I got the stamps and stuff that I needed. And the lady there was absolutely lovely, persuading me that I really should be going to Marks and Spencer's to get Percy Pigs. When I went past Marks and Spencer's, they were doing a staging people in, making sure there weren't too many people in the shop at the time. And I kind of didn't really feel it was all the people that were the what's the word I'm looking for? The staff members who were there letting people in and counting people in kind of looked like security guards or nightclub bouncers, and it just felt very weird, kind of almost having to go through a security check just to buy Percy Pigs. So I didn't do that. And where I live, the way things are set up, the bulk of the Marks and Spencer store, so where all the clothing is in a separate place than the food hall. So they've only got the food hall area open, not the rest of it. KFC is closed, McDonald's is closed. Both of those kind of surprised me. Being food outlets, I thought they would still be open. Loads of places were already closed over the weekend, so I don't know how many have closed since Saturday. But I walked into town and I walked back out of town so that I didn't use public transport, and I've got my daily exercise. But yeah, it's all very weird. Very, very weird times that we are living in at the moment. So yeah, I took some video. Yeah, have I mentioned it's weird? So yesterday I got cotton wool caught on my nose stud when I went to take my makeup off, and today I got it caught on my eyelashes. It's fair to say that I am not experienced with makeup. Again, another productive day. Having a to-do list really does help. I have sent off stuff that needed to go to the guides hopefully in time for this weekend. I have spent about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour, decent conversation with a friend of mine this evening about something else we need to do for this virtual briefing weekend. So that's kind of another tick in the box. More work, more investigation that needs to be done, but mostly it's which is always good. And yeah, it's time for bed now, because tomorrow is basically going to be washing up and video editing. And maybe a walk around the block. Or several times around the block. I mean, I know you're only allowed to exercise, or supposed to be only allowed to exercise once a day, but there isn't actually a time limit on how much time you can spend doing exercise. Technically, you could go off and do a 7-hour walk or run or cycle, right? Just adding a little addendum to this. Not that I'm suggesting I'm going to go off and spend 7 hours riding my bike or running. I'm not sure I could even manage 7 minutes of running. Just putting it out there.